What's up, everybody? Welcome to the WardCast. Every Saturday, we're here live for your viewing or listening pleasure to talk about what matters most: video game news, machinima, survival horror, and just games in general. I'm your host, Sean Clark, alongside Jazz Rich, Alec Funnel,
I'm a French fry.
and a French fry.
Hmm?
There you go. Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. I'm still channeling my efforts into machinima, so Alec helped out again with the news this week. Thank you, Alec. But I do have one topic to talk about myself. I just didn't have time to make it into a video, so it's going to be a little bit more of our traditional news stories back in the day when we just kind of read them. But yeah, this week we're talking about the reveal of the cover art for GTA 6. People changing their minds about Mario Kart World, which, I mean, they should have been, against it from day one, but that's fine. And some more studio closures and shakeups in the game industry. Shocking. Though we actually haven't talked about that in a while, even though it's pretty much been going on, every week for like the last year and a half or 2 years or so. But yeah, after that, we have a few videos to watch, but neither of them are machinima. So it's not a machinima showcase, but it's going to be in the machinima showcase segment because reasons. It's just functioning as like the video segment until I can get my shit together and actually come up with a more broader like video like segment kind of a thing, which is on the back burner right now. But eventually we'll get more organized and it'll have its own segment. But for now, it falls under the machinima showcase because that's all we have. So, um, yeah. After that, we have some GAMs. We got Know Your Logos and AI game generation. And we wrap up with Nobody Asked Us. Oh, and FYI, Jazz, I just took your video and we're gonna watch it. The one we were gonna watch last week. We're gonna watch that under the machinima showcase category.
Wow, you just taking my shit
I'm sorry.
It's
without
good
even
shit.
asking
I'm
me.
sorry. I'm sorry. But
It's
yeah,
fine. I don't have to take a shit now. You took it for me.
there you go. Wait, what? What?
Well, you took
Let's
my
get
shit.
into what's been going on this week. Jazz, hello. How's your week?
Yeah.
Great.
Where you been?
Uh,
What are you buying?
Here and there and everywhere. I've been to the hair cutting place and they cutting my hair. And then I been to work and my coworker, she been working there for a long time. She retired, so I'm in a new position at work, but it's like same title and it's just like administrative things. Um, there's a big ass like storm starting up, so that's fun.
Yay.
Um, and then I just been around. Just been around. I slept through all of Saturday last week, so I didn't see that day and most of Sunday, so that's why I wasn't here. Uh, and then I have kind of a show and tell. It's nothing interesting. It's like a little like squish toy, and it's craft dinner, and it makes like wet noodle sounds.
It's awesome.
So, and it's actually like craft dinner. It's not just like squishy noodles. It actually is called craft dinner squish toy, and it says do not eat. In case they knew I was coming.
You know that somebody tried to eat it, so that they had to put that disclaimer on there.
Maybe they just wanted to know what it tasted like.
Did you try to eat
Right?
yours?
Alec, how was your week?
Wow.
Oh, JK,
Well-
wait. I did play a new game. To me, it's Crime Scene Cleaner. I played it on PlayStation. It's a little bit like Viscera cleaning thingy, but it's like literally your. Oh, you didn't like that, Wes? You didn't like that? Having like I remember one time on the podcast I literally had like a big bowl of spaghetti and I went like so like now I don't need to make spaghetti, I just have that thing. Yeah, so you get called by your buddy and he's like, hey, I went to talk to this like drug dealer and things went south and I need you to go clean up the like scene. And then like you go there and there's like blood everywhere and broken shit, and there's like drugs that you can steal, and you can steal like the money that you find and shit, and you gotta like put the bodies in your car to go dispose of them and stuff, and it's pretty cool. Ew. Just gonna keep doing that to gross out west. And yeah, so I played that a little bit. So that was fun. Yeah. So okay, so now how is
Yeah.
your like? Yeah,
Are you sure?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So I've been kind of half focused on gathering news, so I've been a bit busy doing that. So funny enough, when Sean mentioned the whole Xbox and I looked at the thumbnail, I was like, "Oh, I kind of know what's going on here. I just couldn't be asked to make it news because it's a long, complicated story, but we'll try and go through it." But yeah, so going through the news. I've been trying to play some Steam games I got, obviously on Steam, on my backup computer that I used to make the Dino Supercrossers, and I was like, yeah, let's test how good this computer is with video games. So I was like, all right, let's try remasters of PS2 games, so like Final Fantasy X and Metal Gear. It plays Metal Gear Solid too, so I've been playing that, but it's a little sluggish, so it kind of helps me like aim a little bit more. I've got a little bit more time to go. Yep, heads up. But yeah. Final Fantasy X, didn't want to touch it. It was just like go back on the stream logo. So right, okay. I probably won't be playing that on there, which is fine. I can just use that as my mini PC.
It's weird it struggles to play PS2 era games.
I mean, I suppose because it's like hasty remastered, like textures and bigger things. But
Yeah, maybe.
well, it's either that or I just gotta, clean through some of the memory on there because it does kind of have a lot of shit since the Dino Supercrossers. So I gotta find through that and make a backup of it, and then move. Although it's on YouTube now, so I don't really need to make a backup. But
You
I
never
don't know.
know. Maybe you'll need it one day.
Other than that, I've been playing Metal Gear Triangle. You all know what triangle means, right? Delta. Yeah. So I was just kind of like, okay, let's try and gather some collectible things so I can unlock the stealth camo and all that crap. And it took me a good couple of minutes to try and get used to the new controller setup on it, and it's just like. I ended up going back to the old style, but then trying to shoot and aim with the old style blended in with the new. It was like, yeah, this ain't working for me. So I switched back to the new style, and it's like I eventually got it. But yeah, been having fun playing that really. So that's been me really. How about you, Sean?
Sean.
Sean, are you Bane? What? Sean. Uh, yeah. My week is more of the same. Didn't really get to play anything. Played a tiny bit of Repo, and just more RE5. Always RE5.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I saw the new Scary Movie. It was fucking horrible. I was, and it's like I went into it, expecting, obviously it's gonna be dumb and silly and all that. But even with that in mind, like it was just, I didn't laugh once. Like I snickered maybe like twice, and that was it. Not good for a comedy movie. But yeah, I gave it a shot. But yeah, the big thing for me this week, as always, just still editing. That's coming along. I'm wrapping up episode 3 in terms of capture and editing. Next step is just kind of fine tuning, recording, and adding the temp lines for timing, and then kind of trimming things down. And then episode 4. which is kind of already in motion. I've got some stuff done for episode 4 already, but once I wrap up 3, I'll go full blown into 4. So yeah, progress is happening. I'm getting there slowly but surely. Um,
How many
yeah,
episodes is it going to be?
I have no fucking idea. It's looking like a
13.
lot. It'll be at least 13, but I'm thinking a lot more. I'm hoping. I don't know. We'll see. I might have to rein myself in a little bit, but I don't want to do that because it's like, if I'm not gonna do all the ideas that I want and have fun with it, it's like, what's the point? So, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not very far into the game for the record, just to kind of put things into perspective. But yeah, I think it'll speed up as like the story, like the game story moves forward. I think things will become a little bit more linear because like right now there's just a lot of things that I can kind of play around with where I think that kind of diminishes as the game goes forward. But yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be however many episodes it needs to be. Um, yeah, it's coming along. I just need to figure out how to balance, you know, the machinima stuff and the podcast a little bit better so that Alec, you're not doing the news every week, and I can do a couple things here and there as well, get back on track and get more balanced. But yeah, just kind of
Hey,
figuring that out.
let's just be honest. I think everyone here and in the chat would say for you to focus on Duel rather than the news. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean that was kind of my thought too. So, but I don't want to make you have to do all that, you know.
dude, I'm not working. I've got nothing better to do.
Well, I appreciate it. I do. Thank you.
Keep doing,
Um, thank thank you, Alec. Thank you.
or
Yeah.
dick you.
Hey, get fucked. And yeah, that's my week. Yeah. Which means it's time for a thing. Uh,
News.
It's time for some news.
Bitch.
Also, yes, we're doing good. Thank you, Michael. How are you? Welcome. Thanks for coming by. All right, we're gonna start off with this one.
Buyers remorse. Some Mario Karters. A year on since the release of Mario Kart World has been leaving quite a few number of Mario Karters with a sense of buyer's remorse, especially when the newer games like Donkey Kong Bonanza and Pokemon Pokepia have already presented themselves with DLC, some even free. Whereas updates and DLC for the open world racing game Mario Kart World has been where? This comes as quite a blow for the people defending the $80 game. People defending the $80 price tag said there'll be updates down the line. But how long's the line? 2 years? 3 years? Nintendo Switch free? Now don't get me wrong, Mario Kart is a great series of games for new and old fans. That's not the problem. The problem is that people paid $80 for this game. A game that can be explored and done with rather quickly, turning that $80 game into a 5-minute game. If you don't add more content within a certain time frame, then people are just going to jump off, especially if other games are out there adding fresh things to do in their game. Even if Mario Kart World comes out with more DLC and things to do, the problem is so many fans might have already dropped off, and even with the new things to do, some people might not even bother to come back. All this has left some people scratching their heads as to why they paid $80 for this game. And it really hasn't changed all that much from, I don't know, let's say Mario Kart Wii. What do you guys think? Did FOMO get to you? Are you still excited by Mario Kart World? Is it still worth $80 to you?
Nah, bruh. And it's extra bad too because like the game before it, 8, I don't remember what the subtitle was, but when they
Deluxe.
ported that Deluxe, yeah, when that came out, it had like so much content and it got praised so much for like having everything that it did, and then obviously that's going to set an expectation going into the next one, and from what I could tell, it did not deliver on that at all. Even the whole open world aspect of it seemed to be really gimmicky and empty and pointless, and $80. Good shit.
Yeah, I mean, when I was doing some research into it, because obviously I don't think I've played it. I mean, I might have gone round Lee's and played it, but I don't remember. But it's like, yeah, there's the open world thing, but to get to new tracks, you just basically drive around. There's nothing to do while you're driving around. You're just simply driving from A to B. And it's like, yeah, you can have up to 16 players and all that, but as I said, if there's nothing new to do in Mario Kart World, then people are just going to drop off, and you'll just be like, "Why am I still driving?"
Yeah, it's just so dumb to like for them to go that direction. Like, oh, it's open world, it's big, and there's like there's nothing to do. There's no content. Like, how the fuck does that happen? It's so stupid. Like, do you want to make an open world game or not? Like, I don't know. It's weird.
And sometimes I go around, go visit my partner's family, and they're quite happy just playing Mario Kart Wii. And I'm looking at it, it's like, yeah, okay, graphics are a little bit, but you can still make out who they are, who the characters are, and you can have a bike and stuff like that. It's just like, what's the actual difference? I don't see it. Other than, okay, you can drive on the wall.
Ooh.
That used to be my brakes. I liked my brakes.
So realistic.
Yeah.
I'm still happy with Super Mario Kart.
Didn't really play that back in the day. I was more of a double dash guy. But yeah.
Well, we just like playing the ones with the balloons and shooting shit at each other to pop the balloons. We like barely played the races. We were just like, nah, just battle mode.
Yeah. So I do want to play it, but I'm just not in a rush to. And like, Lee's got it. I think probably. I think, and it's just like he's not a million miles away from me, but I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna play some old games.
Yeah, it's just like this shit's gonna blow up sooner rather than later. Like as these costs continue to balloon, like you have to create value. Like value has to increase along with it, or no one's going to buy it. You know what I mean? Like you can't fucking sell your games at $80+ a pop, and people are just like, it looks fine. It has to be like a big deal, and it's gonna have to draw people in and want to put down that money to buy it, especially on top of consoles that are six, seven, eight, $900 at this point. We're just down the street from $1,000 for a PS5. The PS6 is probably going to be $1,000, and it's just like you have to justify that. You have to add that. You have to add a massive amount of value to get people to buy in at that price point, and we're going backwards. There's becoming less appeal and less content, and it can't work. And we're going to kind of get into this a little bit when we talk about what's going on in the game industry and the things with Microsoft and stuff, but it's just, yeah, like you can't sustain an industry where we're at right now. It's just not fucking possible. So, and this is why it's falling apart, because like Nintendo should be like a pillar of this. They're one of the pillars holding up the industry. They're a big deal. They're a big part of gaming, and if they're under delivering, not good. Not good at all.
Yeah. Hey, oh, Sheila.
Hey,
Hi,
she's
lady.
alive. Hey. Hi. All right. Anything else on Mario Kart?
It sucks.
Yeah, ditto.
Rockstar Games reveals the cover art. Ooh. Yep, it finally happened. Rockstar uploaded a video onto the Rockstar Games YouTube page revealing the official cover art for their new game, Grand Theft Auto 6. It's a 32-second video that shows the cover art to GTA 6, and 24 seconds into the video they announced June 25th is when people can pre-order the game. Are you excited? Or are you gonna wait until the game comes out on a newer console?
I'm good.
I had to throw in my actual comment I put in the thing. It's just like, I'm going to wait for the game to be released onto the newer consoles, then wait for it to go on sale, or better yet, wait for it to go on PSN.
Yeah, that is the correct stance to take for sure. Yeah, like I talked about this a while ago too. I'm sure, but like even if I was excited about it, like it makes no sense to buy it on current consoles because it will be on next gen consoles and PC, and it'll be better on those. So like you're just kind of wasting your money unless you want to buy it twice, you know. And it was really irritating for me when I bought five because they specifically fucking stated it would not come out on next gen consoles. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll just buy it now. I'll get the collector's edition, blah blah blah, and I did, and it did. It came out on next gen consoles despite their fucking promise that it wouldn't. So, yeah.
And then it came out on the
Just wait.
other newer gen consoles.
Yeah, it
It's just
came
like-
out. They did it twice. Yeah, like they double lied. And I mean, like I guess we should have known better. Like obviously they're going to do that, but it's not a good look for the company to be like, "Oh, no, it's not going to." It's just like with Resident Evil 4, you know, that whole mess where that was supposed to be GameCube only and Shinji Mikami's like, "I'll cut off my head if it comes out on other consoles." And here we are. You know, I own that on like fucking 10 different platforms, but yeah, it's business. You know, they're going to if there's opportunities to make money, they're going to take advantage of it. So don't say dumb shit like that. But yeah, it's better to wait or not buy it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my recommendation.
Yeah. Abstinence.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I want to be excited for GTA, but I just don't care. It feels like I've done everything I want to do in a GTA game. And
Yeah, like decades ago.
yeah, it's just like, okay, the graphics might look better, but it's still the same premise of like go around, beat people up, shoot people if you want, steal cars, run over things, and yeah, there's a story mode to it, but let's face it, I go on YouTube and no one's playing it for the fucking story.
Yeah,
They're just modding it and then doing what they want with it, which I don't mind because I've watched a couple of these things called like Most Wanted or Wanted, and you know, Australian people, and they do fun things to do, like run away from zombies and take down each other in mods of GTA 5. And I'm just like, yeah, that's great to watch. I ain't gonna be bothered about doing all this modding shit for this game because, yeah, fuck that. I've got other
Hey.
games to play.
But hey, we did get to participate in a machinima that used GTA as a thing, so we have that as a positive.
yeah, it
Not
just
remember what it's called.
I don't know, it involves spaghetti.
spaghetti. Spaghetti. Yeah, it just there's not enough innovation, you know, like that shit's been around. When did the first one come out? 2001, 2, something like that.
GTA 1?
Well, the first 3D one, so GTA 3.
Okay, yeah, so yeah, 2000 odd.
Yeah, something like that. So I mean, you know, we're coming up on 30 years ago, and how much innovation has there really been? Not much. Like if there was a period where, you know, they were kind of known for that, you know, it's like, oh, you can go and you can do bowling and explore the world and do these kind of quirky, interesting things, but I feel like they did what they could do with that, and it just hasn't gone anywhere since. Like they need to figure out like what does the next innovative thing look like make the like maybe minimize the world a little bit, make it more confined but more alive, and where you can like, I can't remember what the article was or what, but there was some kind of technology that I think it was Ubisoft was working on where they would use AI to generate every single NPC would be like its own unique looking character model and stuff like that. They're cool things that AI can do, like that's a different conversation, but like focus on something like that where it's like every character in the world is unique and has a personality, and just make all these interesting unique storylines and one-off side quests and things like that. Just make it like more of a unique experience rather than you have like 5 different mini game models that you recycle over and over again and things like that, or make the more confined city completely destructible, or there you have to find a way to like make things interesting and new and fresh and really lean into that for it to matter, because people are just bored. People are bored with it. How many times are they going to tell a compelling gangster story? You know what I mean? Like they've been there so many times, and other game developers have also explored that territory to arguably more interesting degrees. I think Saints Row was more interesting and silly and unique in that way, and just there's a lot of that content out there. So like, what the fuck are you doing as a AAA developer with this insane budget? Like you need to come up with something interesting, and they're just not doing it.
I mean, I would be more excited if they remade or remastered fucking Simpsons Hit and Run. Just had to port it. I would still get it over GTA 6 because.
Yeah, because it's different. It has more. There's more appeal to it because it is different. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just as we said earlier with like Mario Kart Wild. There's nothing new. There's not enough new things to justify getting the newest game, because all the shit I liked to do back in the day, I can still do on the older things. I'm quite happy playing Vice City again, so that's my go-to. So yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. Oh, Drew, your ass. Yep. My mother's my sister.
What? All right, and then I have basically 2 stories that are basically kind of the same thing, same symptom, I guess, of the industry. But Life is Strange developer Don't Nod could shut down. The company has issued a statement that their funds will dry up come November, and without new investors, they will not be able to maintain operation. So they might go bye-bye. The company started pretty strong early on with games like Remember Me and Life is Strange, obviously, and there's been some kind of middling reception in between where they had like Vampire or whatever that was called, which did okay. Some people liked it, some people hated it, and just it feels like that Vampire game was kind of like the falling off point from them, because like from that point on they started to decline, like things, at least sales wise. I haven't really played all the games from that point on. I've seen a little bit, I've seen videos and reviews and things like that, so I kind of have like a snapshot perspective of like that kind of decline, and from what I can tell, I can kind of see it, but I haven't experienced it firsthand. But I just see like the modern stuff and the trailers for it, and I'm just like they're, it just, I don't know. And then you look at the sales and they're really bad, and just they kind of go hand in hand. Like they haven't put anything out recently that has drawn me in personally, and just I don't see why it would draw anybody else in. And you look at the numbers and it hasn't, which means they're just not putting out interesting things anymore. So I mean, that's inevitably going to happen, right? If you're not putting out interesting content, you're going to fail. You're not going to have investors. You're not going to have funding. You're not going to have sales. So it just kind of seems inevitable. But it's just sad because they have been around for a long time. It was a good developer. I don't think they ever really turned into a shitty developer. I just feel like maybe they got a little misguided, kind of lost their way, changed direction into a path where people just didn't care anymore. But yeah, kind of sad to see. Maybe someone will pick them up, and maybe that'll kind of hit the reset button where they'll kind of maybe go back to their roots and kind of recapture their earlier era, make games kind of similar to that. What do you guys think?
Jazz.
We can dream.
We can dream.
Era.
I mean, I pretty much played every Life is Strange I have now. Actually, yeah. I started Tell Me Why, and yeah, I fell off. I did True Colors, Phil Collins thing, so that was fine. The problem is for these games, it's that they're more or less the same. Like you have this moody person, and they're in some kind of storyline, and it's like, yeah, okay, I'm going to pretend I'm interested by this character that's been introduced to me like 2 seconds ago, and yeah, you just walk around and do shit. I'm like, I liked Life is Strange. I still like Life is Strange 1, but after playing 2 and 3, I'm just like, if I'm honest, it didn't need the sequels. It's fine because I was interested in the Max and Chloe storyline, but after doing it all, I'm just like, yeah, it really honestly didn't need it.
Jazz disagrees.
Whatever.
Whatever. No, what's your take?
Whatever.
Hello.
Jazz?
He's saying it didn't need like the prequel, and it didn't need like. Oh, number 2 was. That didn't need that. That wasn't needed. True Colors was good. I haven't finished it, but it's in Colorado.
Colorado.
Colorado. It would have been fine with just the Max and Chloe and the prequel like storyline. The little like spin-offs I think were just like, hey, we can do other people that have powers, so why not?
Yeah, that's fine, but it's just like it's the same formula. All right, you control the brother. You don't even control the brother that has powers. You just play as the older brother.
You're just the
like,
support.
all right.
The main character is the support character.
That's funny.
And Phil Collins one, you just like, oh, okay, I'm going to use colors to see how they really feel.
Yeah, I had a hard time. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you see purple, do this. I'm like,
nope.
I'm just gonna leave. I don't know how I feel right now.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think if Don't Nod did Life is Strange, did something else, went back to Life is Strange. Yeah, I know, but really didn't do it that well. Like, Tell Me Why is pretty much exactly like Life is Strange, and I'm just like, I'm a bit bored of this style. And vampire thing is like, I played it and I just didn't care. So
And I haven't played the whatever that other one is there.
It just kind of seems like they kind of regressed where like initially they had interesting stories and characters, but they also had a video game there. You know what I mean? Like there's gameplay mechanics and combat systems. There's more going on under the hood where like the narrative element just kind of took over down the road, and that's all they really cared about. The gameplay was super simplistic, and I could even get on board with that if it was like, to kind of facilitate like a new direction towards story, and like you did the first Life is Strange the way that it was as a foundation, and then like from there, as you're making sequels, you were kind of re-implementing gameplay elements and expanding upon what you had, because now like you had this whole game that was just a narrative essentially. There's not a lot of gameplay in that, and that's okay because the story was good enough to justify that. But like now that you've laid the foundation for that, and you've got these characters and you've got this story and these powers and all this shit going on, right, it should be easier to push that story and characters forward So that can kind of take a little bit of a back step, and you can focus more on like, well, how do we beef things up gameplay wise? Like, let's make it so that you can do more in the environment and individual conversations with like side characters. You can do side missions that are interesting. You know, there's just so many things that they could do to build on that, but it always stayed the same. Like you said, like every game just feels the same over and over again, and that's what happened to Telltale. You know, like initially everyone loved, well, maybe not initially. It took a while for them to kind of get picked up. You know, once they did Walking Dead is really when it blew up. But at that point, you know, like once that game exploded, you know, they should have built upon that and turned it more into a game and added more. But they just did game after game after game that was the same engine, the same gameplay mechanics, and it just got old. And you just can't do that. And where's Telltale now? Gone.
But their new game that I actually like, the one that I pre-ordered that's coming out in July, it I don't feel like all the Life is Strange games felt the same, and I guess it's more like story wise. Gameplay was different because like they kept changing up. It wasn't always the same powers. It wasn't always the same like the way you're doing the things. So I felt like it was different. But like the new game that they've got coming out that's coming out in July, that looks like completely different. It looks super awesome. Aphelion.
I thought that came out.
No, it's coming out. Oh, it's out now.
Yeah, because I thought it came out and it wasn't being received super well. But
The hell?
and
Then why is mine not coming out till July?
to their credit, that's kind of doing what I was talking about a little bit from what I could tell. Obviously, you know, I haven't played it or anything, but from what I could tell from the trailers, like it does look like there's a little bit more like kind of not platforming, but kind of like like climbing things and exploration a little bit. There's a little bit more freedom in your control. So that's something, but I don't know, like maybe is too little too late. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you put the nail on the head for me on that one. Is like the story was interesting, the gameplay initially fine. You know, it was its own initiative and something new. But then once you repeat it and repeat it to death, you're just like, okay, I'm just playing it for the story now.
Yeah.
Now I've done a story. I just like, okay, if I'm gonna play it again, it'll probably just be for trophies and get the achievements and all that stuff. And then after that, yeah. And that's the other thing when you have so many games that are repetitive, same style. You just like, I was trying to think to myself, okay, what are the characters' names again? I was like, I can remember the first one, but like second and third, like, eh.
I don't know. I guess maybe I'm just biased because I've played so many of their games that I find were like really good and different and
Yeah, and that's totally cool. Like I mean, a lot of people are going to be like that. Like I'm biased towards like fixed camera, like old school survival horror games, like particularly Resident Evil. I wish that it had never changed from that. And you could make that same argument of like it was obviously repetitive and too samey to the point where Capcom felt they had to change it, and the larger audience wanted that and enjoyed that change. So like I was the minority there. So like obviously that's going to happen, but just you know, it just can't maintain itself if there's not a big enough audience for it. And it just, my tolerance kind of disappears for that kind of stuff, like in the modern day, just because things are so fucking out of control in terms of like what it costs to buy a game, the budgets behind them, and all this shit. I feel like there just needs to be there needs to be more accountability and responsibility behind making these games. You know, like if you're going to invest that money, like you better put it in the right departments. It should go towards the right things, and that should be building, you know, compelling, interesting video games. And we're just not doing that. You know, it's like the money just goes towards like all of it goes to a story, and then like nothing's gone into the gameplay, or like too much goes into marketing, or You know, it's just like there's not enough there for it to work. You know, I don't know. It's irritating. Like you're like if there's a Telltale game or any kind of game where you're just kind of like walking from point A to point B, even if the story's incredible and the graphics are incredible, like if there's almost zero gameplay and you're asking me to pay $80 for that, there's no way. You know, I'm just and that's how a lot of people are going to feel, I think. So it's just finding a balance between budget, audience, interest, innovation, and just doing things properly. Like, you know, price point is important too. You know, you could even get away with stuff like that in the modern day at a value price. You know, like if you're putting out, you know, like essentially what the first Life is Strange game was, and it was coming out today, and it had a $50 price tag. Yeah, all right, sure, but you know that's not what's happening. So, you know, there needs to be retooling of things.
Yeah, I mean, to put it in perspective, for me, like I'm obviously biased for Metal Gear, um, and it's today when I was playing Metal Gear Triangle, I skipped all the story and I was just playing it for the gameplay, and I was enjoying myself. I was just like, that's the difference. You can you're challenged to do something. There's stuff to do, but in Life is Strange, although I love the game, it's just not enough things to do.
Yeah, and Lee just pointed out something really interesting too. Like that was a don't nod game was the Banishers, and that is the kind of game that they needed to make more of. And in their defense, like that game, to my understanding, didn't even do well, and they did exactly what I was kind of saying they needed to do. It like it wasn't a perfect game by any means, but you know, if you compare that game to almost everything that they've released in the last, I don't know, 10 years or so, like it's definitely steps things up in terms of like everything scope, um, side content, gameplay, combat. It did all those things, and a lot of them it did really well, and it still it didn't do too well. And part of it, I think, was marketing. I don't think a lot of people knew that game even existed. um, and I just it came out at a bad time. I feel like because like the aesthetics of it, like the setting and the way that the characters look, and even the way that the combat looks a little bit, is very like God of War and just like Ghosts of Tsushima. You know, it kind of falls into an ocean of other kind of similar games, and I think it was easy for it to get lost. But like if they had put that out, if they had done like Life is Strange and then followed it up with like a Banishers, like that would have been great, and I guarantee it would have done way better than it did. You know, when it came out many years later, it just I don't know. I just feel like they're missing something. They need to figure things out and be a little bit smarter about what they do and how they do it and when they do it and yeah. These companies,
Yeah.
a lot of these companies have been around so long that you would think that they would know better, you know, but they don't, and they're getting punished by it for it. And
Yeah.
yes, Survival Horror Fan, thank you so much for becoming a member. Really appreciate you. Enjoy the emojis.
Stop killing Pikachu.
Have a fork. um, but yeah, so like, do you just completely disagree, Jazz? Are you pretty content with what they put out so far? You seem a little frustrated. Don't be frustrated. It's
Well,
okay.
no, it's just Don't Nod has made so many good titles and good like games
I
that
agree.
I just don't understand how suddenly like it seems like we're talking down on it when we praise companies that have been like making complete trash. Like I don't see the problem. Like the like Life is Strange series has been good. Like like we said, like the off whatever series, like it's had super good like stories. There that series is mostly known for its like story based choices. It's not a mechanics game, so we can't say, oh, it needed more things to do in mechanics wise. And it's a story based, your choices make a difference. It's had like Remember Me was such a fucking unique and good game that like there's nothing to compare it to. Like going in and manipulating people's minds and memories to like change the outcome or like whatever. It's just like it's just so different. And you, like you said, like you were telling me about Banishers and like, oh, you should try this game, like you really liked it when you were playing it. And I'm just not, I guess I'm just not understanding like the what's suddenly becoming a problem with like the I Lost Records looked really good. I haven't played it, but if that's the one I'm thinking of, but I don't know.
Played that, and it's more the same.
The Twin Mirror, I like I said, I never went back to finish it, but what from what I played was really fun, and that was different because you've got like in your mind, but at the same time you're like, is this in your mind or is this like actually happening? So it's I lost my train of thought, but yeah, like that game was really fun too, and it wasn't just like I don't know, I don't remember it well enough, but I remember it being good. I don't know.
Yeah, the the only thing I really know about Lost Records is that it had a kind of a ridiculous budget for kind of an indie game, and like this is a big part of the problem. This is why these games are failing the way that they are because like two things. One, the budget is way too unreasonable, and in turn, the projected sales and profits are way overblown. Like they're never going to make that back because they're investing way too much money. And again, it goes back into investing in the right things. One of the things that they did with that game, there's like a big emphasis on music, and they paid for multiple high profile bands to be in the game, and they licensed these tracks indefinitely so that the game couldn't be pulled for licensing issues down the road. So they had like an indefinite license for these tracks, which is great, but that was a lot of fucking money to invest in that. And there's a place and a time to do this kind of shit. And when you're talking like, you know, you're gonna have a smaller audience that you're gonna have to have a ceiling for your projected sales, so you have to factor things into that like where's your budget going, like if we're not going to make a ton of money from this game, we probably shouldn't invest millions of dollars in the soundtrack to any extent, because you're never going to make that back. So you're creating a game that's going to fail out the gate no matter what you do, good or bad. It's going to fail because you're not going to make the money that you put into it back. So it's like putting it in the right places, and I pulled it up just now. It's only a $40 game. And that goes back into what I was saying before. Like it needs to be priced right, which it is. So it's like it's kind of both. It's like they're doing some things right, they're doing some things smart, they're doing some things really dumb, and it's a balancing act. You need to be doing the right things at the right time, and they're just not doing it properly, and so they're creating failures that that can't be maintained over time. They're a business, they're a company, they rely on funding, and if you blow through that funding and you lose interest, like you're destined to kind of fail. Like so that's kind of the bigger topic, is just like doing it properly, like know your audience, invest properly, bring down the budgets, put the budgets in the right places and things like that. So, and they just haven't been doing that for a while, it seems like. And when you have a smaller audience that really loves your game, your games, my voice is dying, but when you have a smaller audience that is enjoying your games a lot, like I think you're one of them, Jazz. Like you're one of that audience that really likes that stuff that they put out, and it's a niche audience, but they're how many times are you going to be allowed to invest too much money into an IP that doesn't have the audience to have a return on before your company goes under? I think that's more of the issue, right? You need to make sure that you're being sustainable. Put out your $40 games with a reasonable budget, and you'll get a turnaround, and you can kind of exist. But when your budgets are too high and the audience is too small, like you can't maintain that. And I think that's where they're at. And they came from a point where they had a broader audience back in the day with things like Remember Me, because it was more, action sells, regardless of what they're trying to accomplish with the story or their experimental kind of gameplay mechanics and stuff like that. Like, the more action you have in your game, the more sales you're going to get. And that's just something you kind of have to factor in, which is why these projections are so important. Like when you're figuring out your marketing and your budget and your soundtrack budget and all these different things, like you need to make sure that you're putting that money in the right places based on, your targets. What is your audience going to look like? Is this an action game? No. Okay, well, we need to bring down the budget because the audience is going to be smaller, kind of a thing. But with Remember Me, you had that action, you had more going on, so you could expand your projected audience and therefore your income. They kind of go hand in hand, but they just kind of, I feel like they lost sight of that. They expected that action budget, that bigger audience budget for a more niche kind of game, and it doesn't work like that. But these companies pay people whose job it is to figure this stuff out. Like literally, that's their job, is like, profit and loss, risk mitigation, and kind of shit like that. Advertisers, and like they pay these people millions of dollars, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars a year or whatever, to do these jobs, and they're failing at it. Like, what? That's something they need to look into. Like, why is that happening? Something is being, like, somebody's dropping the ball somewhere. Something's not adding up.
Math is hard.
But yeah, I feel like in a alternate reality, this company and their games could exist if it was handled a little bit more thoughtfully, being at the right price point, having the right budgets, targeting the right audience, stuff like that. But they didn't do that. So, and it's just a lot of companies are doing this, which is why the industry is so fucked right now, and why things are not the only reason why things are so expensive, but it contributes to it a lot. There's a lot of inflation going on and other, political and life things that are factoring into the prices of things, and games are included in that. But, things shouldn't be as bad as they are if maybe these publishers and developers were maybe a little bit more careful about how they were approaching things in terms of like the money and where it's going and things like that. Because expectations for just developing a game in general are so high, and I feel like there's almost like a obligation to these publishers to kind of meet that. It's like, okay, well, games are just expensive now, and we need to make sure that we're getting a ton of money in to make our game too, and not really thinking about like what that means and why are they expensive, and does it need to be expensive, and where's the money going, and all that kind of shit. But yeah. And then oh, no, go ahead.
I was going to say, like, don't know it's not the, worst thing in the world. I'm just saying, when it first came out with Life is Strange, it was good, it was new, it was interesting, but it's just repeated the same formula. That's fine, but you can't then expect the same people that's tapped into that niche to remain interested in it. Because if it's the same thing, it's like every wrestling game or sports game. If all that's new is a few characters, then why are you buying it? And you take a break from it and you get it, I don't know, a few years down the line, and that's when you get it again. So, yeah. Just needs more new stuff.
Yeah, I think Smash Brothers is kind of a good
Mario
comparison too, because like, with Smash, they throw a lot of money at that IP because they do all these partnerships with characters and things like that. And if there's a market there to justify that, then great. You can pull that off. But like if the audience was small and they did that anyway, they're going to fail. It's going to damage the company. We're not going to get a sequel. They need to be more responsible and realistic about how they approach things. And again, I think innovation is such an important part of that, like just doing, like putting that money into interesting things. Like, innovation is important because it's different. It's trying new things that haven't been done before. It's not samey anymore when you try to innovate. and that draws in a bigger audience typically, depending on what you're doing. So it's really crucial that you do that. And if you don't, people will generally lose interest. And if you have a huge fucking hundreds of millions of dollars in budget, and it's the same every time, like you can't really afford to have a massive fall off with all those people that find it repetitive or whatever. Like, again, it's just knowing what you're making and who it's for and what the audience looks like versus the budget. But yeah. So yeah, Survival Horror Fan wanted to see Pikachu die. and she got a membership, so I'm gonna go ahead and give that. Here we go.
Don't look, Pikachu.
Look, Pikachu, watch.
No.
Huh? How about you take this instead? Stupid piece of shit. Thanks.
Pikachu lies matter, damn it.
No, they're worthless. But yeah, just to kind of end that story, I'm on your side mostly, Jazz, in terms of like I like Don't Nod. I don't want to see them go anywhere. I just wish that, you know, them as well as many other developers, I wish that they were just maybe a little bit more responsible as a company in terms of like expectation, budget, just kind of looking at things properly. And just I feel like the whole industry has just lost sight of innovation in everything in terms of like game. I mean, maybe even not story. Like I think it's probably in the best place it's ever been in terms of story. Like every game wants to be cinematic and narrative driven at this point, but that's made everything else, like gameplay, take a back seat, and innovation and interesting concepts and things like that just, you know, are very few and far between these days. And I feel like we're feeling the damage of that more than we ever have. But yeah, I don't want them to go away. Hopefully they get picked up by somebody. You never know. I just hope that if that does happen, they do kind of reevaluate things and just kind of go back to their earlier days, because I feel like they were making much better shit earlier on, in my opinion. Not to say that all their modern shit is garbage. I'm just saying, like, there's older stuff, in my experience, my personal taste, I like better.
I like Life is Strange.
Yeah, and in my book, that's one of their older games. You know, like the first one, I thought that was a great game. And I haven't played the newer ones either, too, so I don't really have a valid opinion on the newer stuff. I just know what I've seen from afar. So, Jazz, you have a better perspective on that than I do. So, but yes, and then the other half of this is Senua. Is that the Hellblade lady's name? Always Senua.
Something like that.
Whatever. But yeah, the follow-up to Hellblade 2 may be canceled right after announcement. As Microsoft goes through its purge, they're eliminating a bunch of their developers internally, and it's creating a bunch of job losses and company closure or developer closures and all kinds of things going on within Microsoft. And there's a lot more to this story. There's a lot going on in Microsoft, but I wanted to focus specifically on Senua because it looked really cool, and it's probably not going to come out, and it just recently got announced. But they're looking to potentially shut down the developer Ninja Theory, along with some other pretty big publisher or developers that Microsoft owns internally now. And yeah, it's presumed that they revealed the trailer for this game to just kind of get interest out there, to let people know, to let like other companies know, like, hey, we're making this game. This is the concept. This is what it looks like. Give us money. Like they're looking for investors, or they're looking for like maybe a potential buyout, because, you know, Microsoft beforehand, before revealing this, knew that they were going to be shutting some of these companies down, including this developer. So, yeah. And it got a lot of buzz. You know, people are talking about it. A lot of positive previews and opinions are going around about it. I'm one of them. I think that the game looked cool, and kind of piggybacking off of our earlier conversation on like, games that are kind of simplistic, growing and turning into more gameplay driven versions of what they had before. This was one of them. I really liked Hellblade 1. I haven't played 2, but one of my criticisms of that game was that it was kind of simple. It seems like it had a bigger focus on its narrative, and it did have gameplay, and what was there was good, but it felt a little simple, and they could have done a little bit more with it. And this game was going to do that, so I was kind of excited to see that happen, and I hope it still does, but it's looking like it might not happen unless somebody buys them up. So, what do you guys think? Any interest in Hellblade existing? Any opinions on it disappearing? Potentially?
I've missed the boat on Hellblade, but I've seen you talk about it and listened to you talk about it on it, and I'm just like, yeah. Problem is, it just doesn't strike me as my type of game. So, for me, that's just not where I'm going to invest my time. But it sounded like a good enough IP, and obviously it was to come up with Hellblade 2 and like Sonogo or whatever it is. So there was clearly some interest there, but it's just caught itself in a bad situation where Xbox is trying to recover or decide what to do with itself after deciding everything's an Xbox. And that whole marketing campaign is just like, okay, what are we now? What do we want to be? And it's like, yes, it's made steps into the right direction as to what, how to recover, but it might be too late. And yeah, it might need a buyout for it to go because it just seems like Microsoft seems to be done with Xbox. And that's been like that for a while. And yeah, I'm still excited by Fable, but I'm annoyed that they delayed it because if it was just for GTA 6, not everyone's going to play GTA 6. Literally, three of us are not going to play it. Or we might play it years and years down the line, but we're not going to go out and buy it.
No.
So give us Fable, give us the option. And they're pulling back on giving options. So it's just like, what do you want, Microsoft? Do you want players or not?
Yeah, Microsoft is probably like the worst when it comes to what I was talking about in terms of like being responsible and like handling money properly and budgets and shit like that. Like they are the fucking worst. They went and they dropped fucking like $1 trillion or something like that on buying out all these other companies just to do nothing with it and to close them and cancel games and shit. Like what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, and this is how a lot of these companies are. Like they don't seem to know what the fuck they're doing with all this money. So like they get all this money, they blow it on nothing. Nobody buys their shit because they're not making anything worthwhile, and then they increase prices, and then people buy even less. Like they're just like, it's like they're sabotaging the fucking industry through incompetence. It just, what is happening?
And nobody wins this way. If
Yeah.
they're not, if they're wasting money just to close the studios down, who wins in that? They don't win. The players, gamers don't win.
Mm-hmm.
It's only the other companies that are bothering to do stuff that wins.
Yep.
So Xbox, it just hands it to Nintendo or Sony. It's just like, and now we've got Steam trying to step into the console things again, and I think their second shot into this, yes, it'll be expensive, but to be honest with you, I'm looking more to buying the Steam console over the PS6.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I probably would, like if I were to get a upcoming console, I would probably go that direction too, but I just don't even see the need to do that. Like just play on PC. Like the PC is
Yeah.
going to do everything that can do plus some. I guess the only thing I could see is, if the costs continue to either stay the way they are or they increase with RAM and just technology in general, it might be feasible for somebody like that's just getting into the next generation of gaming, or like has an older PC and is looking to play modern games. I could see that maybe being an avenue for them at like a lower price. Um, but outside of that, like it makes more sense to just have and use a PC to play games. Like I couldn't imagine why anyone in their right mind would buy a PS6 at fucking $1,000, or even the Switch is probably gonna continue to rise to like $600 or so, which is outrageous for hardware that quality. Um, it just it makes way more sense to play on PC.
Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking to myself about, why I got the PS5, and I'm just thinking, the games I got for it, they're available on Steam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's another thing. Like the whole console exclusivity thing has been all fucking over the place. Where that was one of the primary reasons to own a console, was because you had all these console exclusives, and now like we don't even know what we have. Like PlayStation and Xbox have been flip flopping with like their exclusives. Like, oh, they're available on PC. Oh, they're multi-platform. Oh no, they're not. And they just keep going back and forth. It's like, what the fuck is happening? Like, we don't even know if there's a reason to. Like, if you're just talking pure exclusives, we don't even know if there's a legitimate reason to buy a console, because it seems like every other day there is and then there isn't. It's like, figure it out.
Yeah.
Are console exclusives a thing or not? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I mean, I think they Xbox backpedaled on Gears of War with E-Day being on now just an Xbox exclusive. I think it
Yep.
was initially meant to go on Steam and everything else.
Yep.
But see, that's the direction I'm sure that they're trying to recover by. But is that enough? I don't think Microsoft can pin all their hopes on fucking Gears of War.
No. That IP has been in trouble for, I don't even know, since
I
the
dropped
third
off.
since the third game, which was what, like 2009 maybe, something like that. I don't know. Maybe earlier than that. When did the 360 come out? Yeah, maybe,
2008, sort of that sort of time.
anyway,
2005.
long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so probably around 2009 is probably about
2005.
right. No, for Gears of War 3.
Oh, I thought you meant the actual 360.
Yeah, well, that's what I was asking just a second ago. But before that, I wanted to.
2005.
I was kind of guesstimating like when Gears of War 3 came out, which I think it was right around 2009, something like that, maybe a little bit later. But anyway, since then, that game came out and did worse than the two games that came before it. So like from that point, the IP was dying, and that was a long time ago, is my point. And they've never been able to kind of reignite the fire for that franchise, even though they've been trying ever since. So like to place all their hopes and dreams on a new Gears of War game, even if it does look good, I don't see that paying off. I really don't.
Yeah. It's a shame.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
I got
happens.
almost scared by what I thought would be an exclusivity, because we went to the pho restaurant next to work on Tuesday, or no, Wednesday, because it was my coworker's last day, and there's like they have a big screen where they play like it's probably like Chinese, or I'm assuming it's Chinese music because they're Chinese. And there's always like these music videos, but for some reason lately it's been playing like commercials, and people were talking, and I was one of the ones that was facing the TV, and it started playing this Residence Plague Tale preview or trailer, and like mid conversation I just stopped and I was staring at the screen, and they're asking me a question. They're like, Jazz, I'm like, shh, Plague Tale, and none of them are gamers, so they're like, what?
What?
I'm like, hang on, Plague Tale, and it was Xbox, like it was all Xbox, and I'm like, they're not doing this to me. they're not doing this to me. It's not going to be an Xbox only. No. Because like Tomb Raider did that once, but then they were like, oh no, it like they said they were going to release it only on like the Xbox One, but then they released it on the 360 as well. So I was just like, no. So I had to check. I'm like, okay, good, it's coming out on PlayStation. Because
Yeah, they showed the gameplay and it actually looked pretty good.
Yeah, I'm excited because it's like it's got like it looks like it's got like Greek mythology stuff, like the Minotaur and shit like that, and I love ancient history stuff. And Plague Tale's already like ancient, like well not ancient, but like like old historical times. So just to go back into that like ancient history type thing, I'm excited. It looks really good. But if
Yeah,
they were to take it away from PlayStation from me, I was gonna be pissed.
that no, that would never
I live
happen.
on the 12th floor. Something was gonna get thrown out the window. Maybe me, maybe a console. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe Cold Fear.
yeah. The only thing I have against that new Plague Tale game is it just doesn't really feel like the old ones. You know, like outside of that, it looks good.
You have to play the second one.
Oh no,
Well,
is
no, it's
it?
because the second one talks more about like the times before. So now they're going
Mm,
to the times before. Like there's
oh,
how did
okay.
all of this start and like how far back this actually goes and shit like that. Because it's not just like one day there was rats.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, as long as they're like, they laid the groundwork to like make that make sense, I guess that's fine. It's still a little weird because it looks like almost like a God of War like action kind of game, compared to like Plague Tale games were more like stealth, slow paced. There's a little bit of combat kinda, but it was very minimal. It seemed like it was just a different kind of
First one,
game.
yeah.
Oh, they changed that. Okay.
Well, Amicia's gotten more fucked up in the second one. She's like,
Oh,
I'm done with this shit.
okay, cool.
They grow up.
Yeah,
They
I
grow
need
up
to
so
play that.
fast.
I've been wanting to play it for a while.
Me too. I want to replay it.
Did they have a release date for the new one on that trailer?
August 27th.
Ooh. Yeah, I need to play it before then.
Good gaming
Why?
flag, good game. No, yeah. That was
Oh
a yeah.
yeah. Okay.
So I'll be MIA around that time.
I'm calling
I'm
in
gonna be sick
sick.
that day. Yeah.
Yeah.
I work from home. I don't have to call in sick.
Yeah. Well, that is the news. A lot of doom and gloom, but
Yeah.
you know, what are you gonna do? Which is kind of
Cry.
sad too, because like for a moment, like during like the games show, the summer showcase, and the PlayStation Direct, and even the Xbox showcase was like it was all pretty positive. Like there was a lot of good shit shown, things were looking good, and then it all just fucking exploded or imploded. Um, so yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. There's still hope. There's still a light in the darkness. We'll see.
I feel like,
Light in
yeah,
the
we've done a lot of doom and gloom, but we justified why we're dooming and glooming on it because, we're not just saying things are shit for the sake and saying shit, it's shit. We're giving it reasons as to why we think it's shit or doom and gloom. And that's the other thing. When I find news stuff and I'm researching, I'm just like, yeah, but why is it bad or whatever? And sometimes I'm reading these things and they don't even explain. I'm like, oh, why you make me
Yeah,
do further research?
yeah. That's kind of annoying too. It's like I get a good amount of flack on the other Ward channel for the news, and it's because like people just assume that because like when I talk about negative shit that I'm one of those people that is just like in it for the doom and gloom, and looking to capitalize on getting views based on like that audience that just wants to see the negative bullshit. But like I always try to justify my perspective and like why, what I think about it and why I think things are the way that they are, and whatnot. I try to clarify as much as I can, which is why conversations tend to go on a little bit longer than we might have expected. But yeah, there's a lot of people out there that'll just it's just bad news, bad news, bad news for the sake of just being negative, and that's not the case here. Like I talk about the negative shit because it is news. It's video game news, and there's a lot of negative shit happening within the industry right now, and there has been for a little while. But I try to give the why. Why is this happening? What could we do better? Like, what's my perspective on this? But it's like I want things to do well. Like, I don't want these companies to go away, especially companies like Ninja Theory and Don't Nod. Like, I don't want to see them disappear. But we got to look at things for what they are. Like clearly things are being handled poorly. There's we want to look at the path that got us here. Like why is this happening? And like talk about that. Bring that to light, because if enough people are talking about not only the fact that bad things are happening, but like why are we here? What's it look like? Why, what's the comparison versus, how things were before and how things are now, and how games were then and how games are now, and kind of analyze that. And like maybe people within the industry will look at this and hear conversations like that too, and kind of take it to heart. Like maybe there's perspectives out there that they don't think about. you know but I don't want things to be this way. I don't want to fucking hate Nintendo. I used to love Nintendo and have respect for Nintendo, but they're just, right now, they're being a really fucking shitty company, and I'm going to call that out, and I'm going to explain why that is, and maybe they can fix it. I would like to see them go back to being a good company with healthy practices and good games, and get me back on board, because I don't like the way things are. I want it to change for sure. I used to be an Xbox person over PlayStation, and they lost me because of their dumb shit, and that's not what I want. I want them to all be good companies, and once upon a time, I'd be happy owning all the company's consoles, the Nintendo console, the Xbox console, the PlayStation console, and enjoying each one of them simultaneously for the things that they offer. But now it's become like, which one sucks the least? Okay, well, we'll go with them. And that's not good. That's not healthy for anybody, and I don't want that. But
But
we gotta
which
talk
console is
about
currently which console currently plugged in? PS5. All right, we'll just stick with PS5.
it. Yeah, and there's that too. Like, that's kind of how it is. Like, they almost don't even feel different. It's just like, what's the pathway to get to the game, because the game is the same on all the platforms. It goes back to console exclusivity, and like, it used to be like, I'm going to play Nintendo's still this way. Nintendo's obviously got their exclusivities, and they always will, but it used to, like, Xbox used to be that way, and PlayStation used to be that way, where just, it felt justified to own their system, but now it doesn't, unless it's a Nintendo system. Now it just feels like, just get a PC. Just play it on there. It's easier. And I hate that. I've never been that kind of person. I've always been a console gamer, and the fact that I've been kind of pushed into this corner kind of pisses me off. And I just want things to get better, and these companies to do better, and for games to be better. And that's all.
Me too.
It comes from a positive place from all of us. We hopefully it doesn't come across as like me in particular, are shitting on these things, these companies, and these games. Like, I get a little frustrated because, like, it's been happening for so long that I'm just like, what the fuck? Why are we here? Why did why did we do things the way that we did? And but the only reason that I get heated that way is because, like, I care. If I didn't give a shit, I probably wouldn't even talk about it. But it's like, we need to talk about, like, why the fuck things have gotten this way. So, and as long as we talk about the news, that's where I'm at. But yeah, I want things to turn around, for the record. All right, anything else before we move on from the news and get into a couple of videos?
My computer just like,
I saw
it
that.
went like black screen and then came back, so I just like put the cover on my webcam just so it didn't like freeze with a weird face. But it's okay now.
Is the weathering?
Yeah.
Little bit.
It's because, like, okay, my entire life we're not a tornado climate kind of place, but now there's like, in the last few years, there's just been like little tornadoes more and more, and we don't get them. So now we're getting like thunderstorm and possible tornado warnings. So it's a little spooky. I've never seen one.
That's good. Hopefully that continues to be the case.
Yeah. So I don't know what they look like. But there could be one and it'd be like, oh, it's windy out. Hey.
It's on top of the building.
Oh shit, I'm being sucked out the window. Ah. Whee!
Yeah, that's kind of interesting too, like the conversation that's going on in the chat. Like I was that person too though. Like I almost felt kind of locked in where, I had invested so much and I had such a big library of Xbox games that like there is kind of that that obligation to feel like, it's too late. Like I'm this far in, I've spent this much money, I have this many games, like I should just stick with it. But like things got so bad that I still noped. I still fucking like I didn't get rid of my shit. Like I still have all my Xbox stuff, and I have no intention of getting rid of any of it. But that is definitely a feeling, of that weight of being locked in to your investment. Um, but yeah, and I was for a while, but yeah, you gotta draw a line in the sand at some point and be like, you know what? We're past
Take a
that.
lane.
We're miles away from that line that I drew. We're done. Like it doesn't matter how fucking invested you are. Like if you just continue to feed into that, like nothing's ever going to change. The company's just going to stay the same. And, people or companies, they burn bridges, and you need to show them that that's a possibility with your money. So, yeah.
Mm. I was just thinking to myself when going through my Steam games list, how it used to be just for games that we play online, but now a lot of the games I play on the PS5 and all that stuff like that happen to be on my Steam list now. So I'm like, how has this
Yeah.
happened?
Yeah. And I'm kind of like on both ends of that, where like if I'm buying on console, which is typically on PlayStation, like if I can, I'll buy it on PS4. Like if there's a PS5 version, I still buy it on PS4 because I still don't like the PS5. So, like if I have to buy it on PS5, I will, but I'd rather either get it on PS4 or PC, for the most part. Obviously, if there's a physical version that is actually physical, you don't need the internet to play it, and it's only on PS5. Like I'm totally fine with getting it on PS5, but yeah, so it's kind of a last resort because I still see PS5 as like the transition into the digital shenanigans. It's murky waters on PS5. A lot of it has, hidden digital ickiness behind the scenes. I'm still annoyed with Gothic. I was excited about Gothic, and then I found out that shit that we talked about last week, where they have a disc, but it doesn't do anything. You have to connect to the internet to play it. So I didn't buy it.
I was like, I got fooled by Gothic. I thought it was Gauntlet, and I was like super excited. And then I was like, this is nothing like I thought. And then I was like, oh, it's not what I thought.
Very different.
Sometimes you find like gems when you're expecting a specific game, but you forgot the title. Like this happens to me all the time, and that's how I discovered like a game. Actually, that's how I discovered Alan Wake.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had seen the trailer for I Am Alive. And when Alan Wake came out, I was like, "Oh, this is the game!" And I started playing, and I was like, "This looks nothing like the trailer. What the fuck?" And then I realized it wasn't, because I am a dumbass.
This isn't Barbie girl.
This isn't my house. Okay, I have to show you guys this. It's really important. My sister is at the cottage and sent me a picture of like the map of like where they are, which isn't too far. It's like an hour and a half away, and she says the storm's just missing us. Also, haha.
Also, haha.
It's a
dick.
fucking. It's a dick. The storm is a dick. Alec, look. Alec.
Hurricane penis.
Hurricane penis. It's coming for you.
Oh no.
please.
No.
Looks like the camera's in the middle. It's most warm bit.
Oh no. It keeps getting worse. All right.
Yeah.
That was the news. we're not going to play the Machinima showcase video because it's a lie, because it's not Machinima. So we're just going to jump into watching some videos. So the first one is from Jazz. This is who are these people again? The video that you gave me.
So I sent you 2 videos, and then Shayla broke the news to me that you guys watched Charborg without me last week.
It's not my fault.
I know it's my stupid health. So I'm assuming it's the Viva La Dirt League.
The PUBG one, I think so.
Yes. So Viva La Dirt League, I used to watch a lot of their videos years ago, and then I forgot their names, so I couldn't find them anymore, but I have found them again, and I was so happy. So the video that I sent, it's nice, short, sweet, and specifically for the 3 of us, very relatable, because of all the PUBG we played, but especially this. And real quick on Viva La Dirt League, they are a group based in New Zealand. They've been on YouTube since 2011, at least with this channel. They have like over 5 billion views. They're still posting videos. Their latest one was posted 1 day ago. And they do like, it's live, it's them. But they do like stuff on video games, stuff on D&D, stuff on like other stuff. They just do like all kinds of stuff. So it's always so fucking relatable, but they have like a whole playlist of PUBG videos that you can just sit there and cycle through, and you're like, how do they get so on the nose? And this one is just the most. I was like, yep. So, yep. But check them out if you want a good laugh.
Nice.
Healing hands, healing hands, healing hands.
Every game.
Yeah. And they're New Zealand, so they have like the wide fucking fields and shit.
Oh, my God. You're okay. You're okay. This is a safe place. You're okay. Oh, God.
There's Alec.
I just think that's it. The entire game is just running from the blue. Just for some fucking asshole to kill you at the end.
That's pretty much what PUBG is.
Yep. But I just like, that's us. Like, shit, fuck, shit, fuck, shit.
It literally is every fucking game.
Except for me, it's Alec running me over with a car.
Or locking you two in a place, wedging the car in so you can't get out, and I throw a grenade.
Or we literally pull the pin on grenades in the car, and then all of us blow up. Because we're just doing the like...
Times. Yeah.
So for this other video, I've been holding on to it for like a couple of weeks at this point, and I lost the description, and I can't find the YouTube page. So I don't really have anything to set this one up, but it's a 2D animation of Resident Evil 2. It's 20 minutes long, so we're not going to watch probably even half of it, but yeah, hopefully it says who the creator was.
Hopefully they credit themselves so we can...
Right? Yeah, we'll fast forward to the end after we watch what we're going to watch, and hopefully there's like a link, or at least, their name. Because, yeah, I can't find it anywhere. It's really weird. I put the name of the video in the description, and it just doesn't come up. I don't know if it got deleted or something, but yeah, here we go.
What do we got here? Who could have done this?
I was crossing the street, you dickwad.
Stop, or I'll shoot.
Dude, it's a prank.
Really?
That's Alec.
Just kidding. I'm a zombie.
Wait, don't shoot.
Get down! It's not safe here. Let's go to the police station. It will be a lot safer.
Bro, that's disgusting.
The camera's shaking.
You're a cop, right?
Yes, name's Leon Kennedy. First day on the job.
Wait, so you mean to say there's a zombie apocalypse and I'm stuck with a rookie?
Yes, a sexy rookie.
Bro, again with this bit. Can't you think of another one that would help progress the story better?
Like what? A uncontrolled truck that would hit us from behind and separate me and Claire?
Yes, something like that.
It's like a ship horn.
Yeah.
Claire, are you all right?
You just have to say it, huh?
I'm okay would be a better answer, but okay.
What?
Let's meet at the police station.
Okay.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Hold your fire. I'm a human.
Sorry about that. I thought you were one of them.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Are you saying I look like a zombie? And what's up with you standing on a glass wall?
You got a problem with my glass wall?
The famous.
All right, I got a shotgun.
So good.
Finally, the police station. I hope Claire's all right. More importantly, I hope she misses me. I know she misses me. God
God, it's
damn
so
Leon S. Kennedy.
gross.
You're one fine-looking dude. Too fine. Now, where should I start?
Who's there?
It's Leon. I mean, meow, meow.
Guys don't fart. God damn it. Get your farting ass over here. Who are you? You
That's
must
the
be
part.
the new guy.
What's going on in this town?
Umbrella is behind everything. Chris and the others discover their lab
Others.
at the outskirt of Raccoon City, making virus.
What? No way.
Here, take this key card. You need this to unlock the doors at the hall.
You know what's funny? You're not the first to die in this game. Probably because it's not 80s horror.
Why do you say that?
Because you're a neat.
Whoa.
Fuck this game!
Oh no! You deserve that beating.
Finally, the doors are open. Ouch! What the hell, man? What's wrong with you?
Where the hell were you? I was waiting at the... Is that shotgun? You took shotgun while coming here?
Yep, it's Kendo shotgun.
A shotgun
you
named
took Kendo's
Shotgun?
shotgun. Now what am I supposed to do with this special key? You know what? I'm leaving. Goodbye.
What the fuck was that?
Is that shotgun?
I got a bad feeling about this next room. Damn, what a mess.
Alex going.
Hail to the king, baby. An oil painting. It says a sacrifice to hellfire. You know what's funny? Someone would hide a special item that comes out every time someone lights the fireplace. You know I was just kidding, right? Wow! Now what am I supposed to do with this thing?
I'll buy it at a high price.
Shut up. Hey, creator here. Did you remember the feeling of solving this puzzle for the first time? Just asking, because you know, it was awesome. Oh, excuse me? Are you done? What's the use of these jewels?
Stranger. Now,
Hey. He knows
Starts
what's
early.
up.
Damn, my weapon sucks ass balls. Is there like a merchant I could buy strong weapon or at least upgrade my handgun?
Strong weapon.
Huh?
Leon!
Claire, are you all right?
Yes, Leon. Yes, I'm all right. I mean, it's just zombies, right?
What a... Anyway, your brother might not be here after all.
Damn. All right, we need to look for other survivors and leave this place. Oh,
Damn.
Leon,
All right.
look at this. This Wesker guy is hiding a picture of a girl in his desk. That's creepy.
What a creep.
All right, Leon. See you around.
He's like, that's my picture.
He's like, I want it.
That's not creepy? That's not creepy at all.
No.
The fuck?
Just ruined.
You know what this parody needs? Another babe. Specifically, Oriental. Oh yeah. Ouch!
Leon gonna get his ass
Son
beat
of a
again.
bitch. Wow.
They look like peanuts.
All right, another female character. Now there's 2 girls, and of course me. You know where this is going.
What a pig.
Who are you?
Name's Ada Wong.
All right, Ada, come with me and let's get out of this place.
Sorry, I can't. I'm looking for a reporter.
Reporter, you say? I hope it's not a dude.
His name is Ben. Do you know him?
God damn it. There goes my chance for a 3-way action.
Hey, could you help me move this? It's blocking a door. I heard Ben is detained in a cell next to this door.
I like how it's parked in the like black and yellow lines, so clearly it's meant to park there. So like they can still get to the door.
Who's asking? And what do you want?
I heard you know what's going on here. Listen, I'm looking for my boyfriend, John. He was working for Umbrella, and he has been missing for 6 months now.
She like Siri.
Hey, answer the lady, goddammit.
He was
Wait,
working for Umbrella.
Did you say boyfriend?
I don't understand the question.
Anything. And even
What
if I
is going
did,
on?
why would I want to tell you?
What was that?
You know what? Leave me here and don't ever bother me again.
All right, just waiting for you to come back, Alec. You surviving over there?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Oh, let me let's go to the end of the video. See if maybe we can give this person some credit. Oh.
That's not the end.
Finally!
Jeez.
It's up to us to take out Umbrella.
Nope. All right, well.
If you know.
I would say, you know, search it on YouTube, but it doesn't come up there, so I don't know what to say. Tough shit. If you come across that animation on YouTube, good. Watch more of their stuff. Yeah. I'll do some research next time for next episode, and I'll give them credit there if I can find it. Alrighty. Alec, it is game time.
It's game time.
Yeah?
Let's do Know Your Logos.
You think you know your video games, letter by letter. Well, it's time to know your logos.
I've got to shorten that. All right, so all these bits of logos fit the hunting name. So your job is to identify where they all come from. Some of them are from other things than video games. So just to throw that in there.
Is 5 a palette from Pong?
No, it's not from
Fuck
Pong.
you. It's a line.
Sheila, you have got it. It is Persona.
3 is Metal Gear.
I wonder what 6 is.
3 is Metal Gear.
1's Halo.
No.
No?
No.
6 is the Nintendo 64.
Yep. Nope, it's not Conker's Bad Fur Day. It is the N64 logo. Just I took the one N from the N64 logo.
Is 7 Game Boy?
No.
That's what I thought too. Like if Game Boy's written somewhere. I feel like I've seen that somewhere. 5 is pissing me off. It's just a straight line. Is it obscure? I'm like, I've seen that. I've seen number 2 before, but I couldn't place it.
2 is obscure. Well done, Sheila and Jazz.
Well, I was just reading what Shayla said. 1 looks
Well
familiar
done for
too.
reading.
It's not. No. It's not Half-Life, right?
No, it's not Half-Life. It's not Silent Hill either.
For number 5?
Yeah.
What is fuck is number 7?
To the library.
No, I'm just judging. It's not gonna help because you know how many games I have where the eye is just a fucking straight line? I'm not gonna have any games with that H. I know that.
That H looks so familiar.
Yeah, and it looks
Not
like an
Death
older
Stranding.
game, so I'm not thinking it's a newer game.
Not Death Stranding.
No, that's not right. I don't think. No, that's got squiggles. It's just got squiggles. It's probably like a game that I don't even know, to be honest.
Which one? The G?
Both.
Oh.
The G looks familiar, but that doesn't mean shit. Because it could be like the rating at the bottom of like a freaking Europe game.
Why is it so fucking grainy? Looks like shit. Looks like ass.
Looks like an asshole. What? Games with H in them.
The H is really bothering me. I know that. It could just be because it looks so much like Halo.
It does, but the yellow at the bottom
Yeah.
takes away.
Yeah.
I don't know why I keep looking. I don't have any games that would be. Because it's I know it's always going to be games that I don't have. Oh, wait a minute.
Sometimes they're games I don't have.
Is it Uncharted?
Well, number 5.
The H.
No.
No.
I'm just thinking because of the yellow.
Yellow. Yeah, I think I give up. I can't think of what they would be. Got nothing.
Any more guesses, chat, before we all give up?
That fucking eye is such a piece of crap.
Generic.
Yep.
Is it fucking Heavy Rain?
Nope.
And it's not Silent Hill.
Nope.
Just naming games with I. I am alive.
And you are wrong.
I'm not alive.
Alien,
Oh,
no.
Alien? No, that was a good guess.
All right. Not Isolation either. All right. Shall we go with H then? What is H?
Sure.
H.
H.
Okay, I have it in front of me. It is Haven, Call of
Never
the
heard
King.
of it.
Why does it look different on the box?
It's because this is the PAL version.
Oh.
Just gonna be games you never heard
I've
of.
actually played that stupid game. I beat it. It's terrible. It's not terrible. It's very mediocre.
Number 5. Sean, you mentioned Halo, but you mentioned it for the wrong number.
You gotta be
It is
shitting me.
Halo Infinite.
Oh my god.
That's not Halo. That's
It is.
Abomination.
And lastly, number 7 is the G in Croc Legend of Gobos.
Oh my god. Never would have got that.
I hate to tell you this, but none of these are logos. They're just titles. Know your words, Alec. Yeah, reverse. That'll teach you. Well, I got one. It was the easiest one.
All right. Do we want to do Nobody Asked Us, Save the Other Game next week, or?
Up to you guys. Coming up on 2 hours.
I don't care.
I don't care.
Let's do Nobody Asked Us and wrap it up.
Was someone talking to you? No.
All right. Have you ever visited a video game location in real life?
What?
So, like, in a video game, let's say Metal Gear, have you visited Alaska or
Oh.
in the Getaway, London? I've done that a few times.
I can't think of any specific correlations.
They don't make video games in Ottawa, and I've never left Ottawa. Except to go to the cottage and Disney World when I was 7. But I have gone to Toronto where the second Resident Evil movie was filmed, when she runs down the building thing and then around, and that's City Hall in Toronto, so I've been there. But
Shayla lives in Raccoon City. I mean,
she lives near Slender Man.
I've been to New York and Florida. So there's lots of games that take place in New York, and Vice City is pretty much Florida. So.
All right, let's do a little expansion on it. Is there any places you really want to visit that's in a video game?
Oh,
so,
Sean.
What?
I just thought about it. Last of Us has the Colorado places, and Horizon is like, some of the places are set like Colorado, and so technically you have.
Oh shit! I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they based different places on that stuff. I don't even know what places from video games that are set in like real life places.
Well, I'd like to go to Alaska one day. It's always been on my thing to do list. You know, before it supposedly melts to supposedly global warming. But yeah, I know my partner wants to go to Tokyo and check that out one day, maybe. New York as well. But also, now I'm thinking about it, there's a place in Japan, might not be Japan, but where Stray, the cat game, was based upon location-wise. I'm like, ooh, that'd be good to go see. So, yeah. And I dare say, when it comes to the next Silent Hill game, based in Scotland, I think I remember. Maybe. I'm like, oh, there's that shit. Apparently that's Silent Hill now.
Yep, Silent Hill is everywhere.
I want to go to Machu Picchu. I want to go where Lara goes. All those really cool, like, ancient abandoned cities. Except most of them are in, like, the really hot places of the equator where I'll die.
I think I've been to one of the further Horizon based location games that was Wales, so yeah. Alright, moving on. Struggling with finding games to play with my partner. Do I just have very bad taste?
Yes.
We've answered this question before and we both said yes. Because you don't like good games and you play fucking Mayo and shit. That was my
Wow.
answer then, and it's my answer now.
Remember, these are things I find off Reddit, not me
I
asking.
know, but you read it out loud. Also, Reddit has
Damn,
bad taste because
the
they're on Reddit.
hostility.
It's
Yeah.
okay, I apparently have bad taste too.
Wow.
All right.
Talk about. Oh, I keep aiming the answer towards you, Alec, because you asked it out loud.
All right, just read the question yourself.
It's probably the people who are like, my partner came over and I tried to get him to play Fortnite with me and they weren't interested. But do we just have bad taste? My partner doesn't like video games, and it's like, Fortnite sucks, dude. Play real games. Stop being a shit. And yeah, so those people go on Reddit and they're like, how do I fix my relationship?
Shayla's
My
got
partner
some
hates
good
Fortnite.
ones. Split Fiction, Elo Milo, that one's really good. Dragon's Crown. Chained Together's another one. Minecraft, obviously.
Chained Together and all the copycat games. What is it? Climb
Survival
Together.
Horror Fan has some good ones too. A Way Out, It Takes Two. And that other game. That's my favorite.
Jackbox. It's got a whole bunch of built-in games, so if, like, you're just looking to pass time, play Jackbox.
I should see if Nas wants to play
Gauntlet.
Halo. That'll be fun.
Mario Kart.
Streets of Rage. Mario Kart, get fucked.
And Mario Kart, Mario Party.
If you want a short
No,
relationship,
Mario
yeah,
Party's
man.
not a good. Yeah, that's not a good one to play with your friends unless you want to fight.
It's like, how do I break up with my partner without being an asshole? Oh, let's play Mario. Let's play
Party.
Super Smash. Oh.
All right. What average game length feels most comfortable for you guys? I would say a 5 to 10 hour kind of game.
Yeah, I mean,
There's-
comfortable. I mean, like I don't know how to answer that because like I enjoy shorter games that are like 2 to 5 hours because they're way easier to get through and manage. But like I do really enjoy long games. I like, Baldur's Gate 3 is great. I love The Witcher 3, which is fucking
Yeah, that game's okay.
takes forever. So like I do like long games, but comfortable is weird. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that.
I like getting a game without looking, like, I don't like looking into games and like knowing what to expect in time. So if they tell me like, oh, it's like an 8-hour completion game, and I'm like, so I know what to expect. So I'm like, okay, well, it's probably not going to be like, I can't just sit there for an entire game and be like a fat ass with a pizza and like 2 Celsius drinks and just ignore everything around me and just play this fucking game like I did with Shadow of the Tomb Raider and stuff like that. Like, but like, I like the games, and Sean can back me up on this, the games where like Plague Tale, I think 2 got me with this one, and fucking Fear, I'm pointing at my wall, but Fear the Spotlight, like the game that it feels like some people would be like, oh, that was kind of short, but it was good. Like it was a good short game, but at the same time, like, yeah, it had some harder parts and I got through it, so that kind of made it a little bit longer, but I finally got through it and I feel accomplished. And then the game's like, chapter 2 and you're like, no. So I like the games that you're like, you think you're done and you're like, it could have been a bit longer, but no, I'm content with this. But I'm okay with it ending here if it has to. And then it's just like, it gets you, it's like, lol, it was just the end of a cutscene where we're not done. And so like, I like not knowing, keep me guessing at the duration of the game. Like because then I don't know, like, oh, this cutscene's sad, somebody's about to die. Like, you never know what's gonna happen. So I can't say a duration per se. But like, if I'm just sitting here for 3 hours, then like, it took me longer to download it than to fucking play it.
Yeah,
if you're
I
gonna
feel
do
like
that, then only charge me $10 for it.
I'd say comfortable would be like 2 to 6 hours probably. Like, because like a Resident Evil game is what comes to mind. You know, a game where like when you first play it, you're looking like 6, 7 hours, something like that, depending on which one we're talking about. And then like once you learn it, you can go through it in like a couple hours. You get through it in like a sitting. Like I feel like that's comfortable. Exactly.
I'm like, yeah, Baldur's Gate, I guess, is a good game for, you know, I guess so. And then I just pulled up my fucking Baldur's Gate thing on my app, and you know, I only have like 630 hours
Jesus
accumulated on the
Christ.
game on PlayStation.
That's insane.
That's not insane. That's good content.
Yeah, I still think that the longest game I've ever played, like, just like in one session, like not I've gone through it like several times and it's accumulated, but I think the longest game I've ever played is The Witcher 3. It was like I think 120 hours. And that's not just like dicking around, like just kind of wandering around doing dumb shit. Like that's just like going through all that the game has to offer. Like that's a long fucking game, and I love that game, but it stresses me out. And I think about like there's some achievements that glitched when I played through it, so I don't have it completed 100%. But like every time I think about going back and trying to get what I missed or what didn't pop, you know, trying to re-trigger those achievements, it's like a weight. Like I want to do it, but like I really don't fucking want to do it because it's so much time.
Yeah. That's why I'm like with Final Fantasy games nowadays. Is like I want to be interested in it, but I just find myself, if I'm going to play a Final Fantasy game, it's going to be a Final Fantasy game that I know. Just don't have the patience to try a new one. So
Yeah, I keep finding myself wanting to get back into the first Final Fantasy remake so I can get ready for the new one, and you know, also go through the second one. And I'm just like, I think about it and I'm like, oh my god. Do I want to, but do I really want to? Because like no matter what I do, it's just going to bother me, because like I can try to rush through it, but that's not a fun time. But if I try to actually go through it at a slower pace, then like I don't have the time for that. So like what do? I don't play it. That's what I do. But eventually I want to. I need to do it soon.
Trying to remember what game I bought on the PS3 when I went to buy Last of Us. There's a game that had just come out that I hadn't heard of before, and I bought it at the same time. And then I stayed up all night and played that whole game, or like a lot of it. And then like when I finally got up to like go to the bathroom or go get a coffee or something, like the entire reality of real life was so fucking weird to me, because like I was immersed in the game. What the fuck?
so immersive, you can't remember it.
Oh, it was Beyond Two Souls. It was Beyond Two Souls. No, it was it was Beyond Two Souls. It had just come out and I bought it like day one and I played it all night. I got through like, I don't know if I got through the whole game, but I got through like a lot of the whole game and a lot of the game. And I got up to go to the bathroom and I was like I don't know. It was almost like I was waiting for the little white.
Oh,
we're still waiting.
The storm has taken over. While we're waiting for, oh, she's back.
I finally remember, and then my internet's like, ha, no.
Nope.
Anyways, yeah. I don't know where it cut off, so I'll just.
You kind of said Beyond Two Souls, and then it went. What?
Yeah, I stayed up all night playing Beyond Two Souls, and when I got up to go to the bathroom or something, like it was almost like I was waiting for the little white dot to like prompt me to move and do stuff, and like reality just felt weird. It was pretty funny. I remember that.
Okay.
I love shit like that. Nice. On that subject, I don't know. It doesn't fall in the question, except like, you know, how playing it for too long to the point where it becomes uncomfortable. Have you guys ever played like Rock Band or DDR, like those games where things are going up for like a specific amount of time, where when you look away, like things are kind of like warping, like Like you're so used to seeing like either the little like notes going up or the little arrows, and then you look away and it's like it's almost like everything is moving up.
No, I
No?
have not experienced that. I've played a shit ton of Rock Band and Guitar Hero.
Maybe it's like a concussion thing.
It could be. You've got a
Yeah,
couple
I
of
was-
them.
This is why I was backing up because like you sound crazy right now.
Have you guys
Wow.
have you guys ever like seen people standing at the end of your bed and
Do you
they're
guys
like
hear
holding
voices?
knives? What?
Are
Somebody
we
answer that
live?
phone.
Somebody
you?
answer that damn phone.
Well, this has been shocking. That's been nobody asked us.
Nice. All right. So Survival Horror Fan came in with the 5. Thank you so much. And
What
we're
did that
gonna
say?
take-
Hippo's character what?
yeah, it doesn't.
Hippo's character's head pops out of water surrounded by his hippo squad.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's a way to like get it to show the emoji, because since it's a third-party platform, it doesn't like support the emojis on YouTube. So yeah, there you go. I don't know. That's the best I could do. I don't know. All right, but
I like the description better.
Useless the dog. Here we go.
Everywhere, nothing but loathsome humans.
You pretentious son of a bitch!
There you are!
Really, bitch? Ha!
Ah! No! How is this possible?
Great job. Oh, let's see that again.
Oh, Wesker.
I like that. I like that Leon just walks off with the dog. He's like, doop, doop, doop. They just walk away.
It's funny too, because like technically that's like Wesker's video, but it has become Useless the dog's video. He has taken over.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well.
thank you for that. And that's a good way to end the podcast, with a little bit of murder. You know what I mean? You can never go wrong with murder, unless you ask the police. They don't like that too much. But this has been episode 329. Thanks for joining us, everybody. If you enjoy the podcast or any of the content at the Ward, please consider helping us grow by sharing our content. I'm creeped out right now, Jazz.
Yeah.
Liking the video and subscribing. You can
I was trying to go.
You can support us through patreon.com/thewordproductions for access to exclusive content, or you can support us right here on YouTube with super chats and memberships. Thank you guys for
And hippos.
watching. Have a great week, and hippos, and we'll see you next time. And hippos. Bye.